Hello, I'm Lance with Plant Kingdom, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about planting and growing tomatoes. So right now I'm going to start with a patio tomato. It's made for growing in pots and on your back patio. It stays really compact, does really well in pots. So normally I'd put it in a much larger pot, but for this example, this will have to work. So first things first, I like to pull all the lower foliage off my plants, about 2/3 of the way up the plant. As you can see, I've already done that on some of these nodes here. And also, we're going to make sure we want to pull off any tomatoes that are already on the plant before we transplant, before we put it in the ground or in our pot. Because if we don't do that, it's going to be spending energy on the fruit and instead of working on a much better root system. And the reason we pull all these off is because we have all these little hairs along this entire stem, and each one of those will turn into a root, and you get a much better, stronger plant and a stronger root system that way. So I'm going to go ahead and plant this patio tomato, and like I said, I'm going to use a pot just because that's easier for us today. And take this tag out, and as you can see, the roots are kind of bound up, being stuck in a tiny pot. I might break those up a little bit just to be sure that it has a really nice start, pointed off in different directions. And I can just set it on in there, right next to that first limb, and we're just going to go ahead and put some dirt in with it. And don't be afraid to be firm with your soil. The roots should break through pretty easily. You'll want to make sure that you have it packed tightly enough that it'll hold plenty of water and nutrients around the roots, but not so tightly that the roots can't break through. Actually, I probably want to be a little lower than that, but that'll work. Now we just would want to water that in, and we're ready to go. And we want to be very generous. Just go ahead and fill it all the way up to the top of the pot. Let it leak on through. And I'm actually going to do it 3 times over just to make sure it really soaks in, and so I won't have to water it again for a while. And just because it's leaking out of the bottom doesn't necessarily mean that it's soaked all the way through. Because when you have dry potting mix or dry soil, it doesn't always absorb the first time through. That's why we're doing it 3 times. Thank you for watching. My name is Lance, and we're here at Plant Kingdom at 3640 South Topeka in Wichita, Kansas. You can reach us at 260-2372 if you have any questions.